Hello everyone, this is CJNovo92 and today I have another episode of my Journey series and that's going to be the Bronze League Cup. I will quickly go through my squad, but if you want a more in-depth look at the squad, look at one of my past videos. It was featured in one of my earliest video uploads to my channel, but I'm just going to quickly race through it. As you can probably tell, it is mostly a Scottish squad, but it is actually all from the SPL, so we've got a nice mix from Dundee United, Hibs, got one player from Rangers, one player from Dunfermline, player for Aberdeen, some decent players. Darren Mackey, there's obviously like the star player, I would say, and Ivan Sproul. You see a lot of them in the upcoming highlights as we get loaded into the very first game against somebody called La Liga 1, or that's his squad called anyway. The kits I'm currently using, in case you ask me for in the comments, it's the Inverness Califissol home kit, that's obviously from the SPL, and the away kit, I'm sure it's the St Mirren away kit, and that's going to be the red and black one that will be featured in the next video, so you'll no need to leave that down in the comments for you guys, but you can see in the first couple of minutes of this game, Dan Mackey's going to fire us into the lead. I don't know if you realise, but when I actually loaded up his player stats, he has scored 90 goals in 40 games for me. So if you're looking for a cheap little player to use and you don't have a lot of coins and you're thinking about making an SPL squad, Dan Mackey's definitely the man for you. He's got the good pace and he can score with either foot. He's also got a very good curl shot. And for 150 coins, you can't really complain. And speaking of can't complain, Ivan Sproul's another very good player. He's got over 90 pace, and I'm sure he has 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves, or it's 4-star skill moves. It's something like along those lines, and he's only like 200 coins as well. A lot of people in the SPL are very cheap, and you can pick them up really easily in any formation. Because you know what normally people do is they open up the bronze packs for like the contracts, things like that, and then just when you get the SPL players, they just fire them up for 200k, not really looking. So if you're looking for a cheap team and this tournament is still up by the time that you're actually watching this video, I definitely recommend doing the SPL. It's a very cheap squad. I think it only cost me like 3k or something. And you can kind of see what happens in the next few games. I do go on a bit of a tear with this squad. But Darmaki does pick up the man of the match there as we squeeze out a 3-2 victory. That was my first game of the day, so it was quite... well, your fingers and that don't really work during your very first game, so we'll hopefully pick it up now. But as you can see, that's the St Mirren kit. I think I used it in one of my previous videos earlier on my channel, and I got a lot of questions about it, so I finally got around to answering it. Against a 63 rated side, I think that's on all MLS squads. Yeah, the American League. I think that's not the last time you actually see him in MLS. It's a very popular bronze squad because of like the 80 8 left back, things like that. They're all really cheap and really fast, so people think pace wins. But it's not all about pace, as you'll soon see in the game. But it does take the lead with a guy called White, and it couldn't be any more wrong, as you can see there. But it takes us all the way to the second half to equalise, obviously through Darren Mackey. A nice little touch there and slots it by the goalkeeper, bringing us right back into the game. Now, this game was quite frustrating, and I did really batter the guy for like the whole 90 minutes. But as you can see, it did take me to the second half to come back into the game. But as long as we're back in it before the 90 minutes, I cannot really complain. And we're going to go straight on a couple of minutes later, and Darren Mackey's going to show he's not just right or left foot, he can also score a nice little header there by the goalkeeper. When you're playing in these bronze tournaments, you'll have to remember it's not like using the gold goalkeepers or the silver goalkeepers. They are really bad, so if you're bringing the goalies out, things like from the corners, 9 times out of 10 you always get punished because they will miss the ball because that's, well, they're bronze, so they've not really got any good stats. I do try and do a nice little skill move there. I do slightly fail, but Ivan Sproul's there to do the side bicycle kick into the corner just to give us that nice little cushion and end the game. But Gary Glenn, you'll see him in another couple of games coming up. I seem to always bring him on. Another player that's only like 200 coins. He plays for Hearts, and he always seems to get a goal whenever he's come on. Every time I've ever bring him on as a substitute, he has actually come on and scored. So he's definitely a good partner for Darren Mackey. But as you can see, I do run the 4-3-3 formation, and that's obviously you can't play two up front. So what I normally do towards the second half, because Galbraith, that's my left wing, I do often bring him off around the 60th minute because he has got really low stamina and he does tire quickly. So I normally swap Darren Mackey onto the left wing and bring on Gary Glenn for Galbraith and put him in ST. And that's kind of just works that way. You've got fast counter attacks, and also Gary Glenn's a bit more of a attacking edge. He's got a wee bit more strength than Darren Mackey. But as you see, we do get rolled up against another MLS squad, and this really annoyed me. As you can see here, he clearly fouls me off the ball, but he is just going to ignore me, and he's going to finish well into the bottom corner to give him an advantage in around the 20th minute. I can't really see because the video's kind of rendering, but I'm sure it is around that time. As you can see, that should definitely have been a foul. Hopefully those kind of glitches, things like that, are fixed in the next game. But being EA, I highly doubt it. So we're going to roll on now. I a few minutes later, we're going to go on a nice little run with Darren Mackie. As you can see, I've already took Galbraith off, so he must have annoyed me because Darren Mackie's on the left wing. I do try and chip the goalkeeper out really silly, but luckily for me, it does actually ricochet back to Ivan Sproul, and Sproul's going to do a nice little volley into the bottom of the corner. Give you a bit of luck, I suppose, as it does hit off the post. But you'll see in my videos and things like that, I've got a really bad record with hitting the post. So it's good actually seeing one fly in from the post. Because normally, if you're a long time subscriber of mine, you'll see I've hit the post more times than I've scored goals, which is really frustrating. And as you can see here, I do take the lead. I do a nice little 1-2 with my. I don't know if you can really call that a tramp goal. I think it's like a nice tramp goal. I'd call that one. There's a little 1-2. I've no idea why I didn't just like knock it in with Sproul. No idea. And Big Charlie there's going to leave me a message. He's been asking for this video uploaded, and I think for the last 3 days. So hopefully he's enjoying this video. I'll give you a little shout out as well, because he is a subscriber of mine. So I've no problem speaking about some of my subscribers. Dan Mackey's going to show his strength there against the right back. As we get loaded in, Spurs going to do some lovely skill moves. I love this goal right here, just smashes in now to bring us the 3-2 advantage. Now this game was actually really good, and I'll give the guy the props. He did play well, just sometimes they did try and time waste towards the end of the game, which I find out, you don't really blame the kind of guys. I've never been one to time waste, but I can understand why people do it. So as you can see, I do go 3-2 ahead. In the 80th minute, I really should have closed this game out, but a bad slide tackle attempt from me, and I think that's Adoro. I think that's how you say his name. It just capitalises on my mistake and curls it into the net. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there. And as you can see, he did actually bring Adoro in towards the second half. He's got a lot of pace. I've never seen him before, but he probably should have struck into the lead there. But my goalkeeper does pick off a good save. But again, just Adoro's pace, I couldn't really handle it, and he's just going to really just take off now in the 88th minute. So he's leading, and there's only 2 minutes left in the game. Can I come back, or is that going to be the end of my journey? You'll see in the next couple of seconds. I'm going to do a nice little run here with Ivan Sproul. All about that pace, all about the skill. I see Gary Glenn at the back post. I try and curl it in for him, but unfortunately it does get heated away. But Scott Robertson's going to be outside of the box for the volley. So I was a wee bit lucky there in the 90th minute to pull it back in the last few seconds, because after this, do the celebration, the actual whistle goes off after. So that must have been like the last attempt. So I was really happy to get that. I was up jumping and doing a little dance. So there's a lovely little finish there in the bottom corner. So there's 4 each. And as you can see here, there's another little mistake here. I've no idea why this keeps happening to me. FIFA likes to kind of troll me, I think. But somehow this is giving us a penalty. I've actually slowed this down and zoomed in so you can actually see the ball. I've got the ball clearly, and it didn't touch the player, but EA's impact engine a bit of a fail. You can't really blame them. It is their first year using it, but hopefully, like I said, it is fixed in the next game. So he's a penalty shootout in extra time. If he scores this one 9 times out of 10, if you score in extra time, you'll always win the game. So I'm kind of pressured on to save this, but unfortunately for me, I do dive the wrong way, and he finishes it well to the top left side. I'm just going to cut out that celebration because he did really celebrate for a very long time, doing a shoe celebration, things like that. But we're showing a wee bit more fight there, and we bring it back in the 105th minute. So again, in the last ditch attempt, Ivan Sproul's there to save us our blushes and continues our journey on. So we're all equal now, going into the second half of extra time. Only had a few seconds there to come back into the game, and for me, I was really happy to do that, because this is when he started to time waste and started being a bit of an ass. But like I said, you can't really blame them. And this is another thing. So this is, remember the first goal that should have been chopped off for a foul, and then the other one was an absolute joke. And I've slowed this one down too. It does take a shot, and my goalkeeper was going to save it, but it hits off my defender's ankles and goes all the way into the net. So that was really frustrating. So he's going to do a nice little long celebration. So once again, I'm under pressure now to bring it back. And I'm showing a wee bit more resilience in this game. So I'll bring it back for, I think that's for the third time in the last few minutes. So I only had a couple more minutes left, and that was going to be the end of the game of extra time, but I do pull it back. I think that's either 5 each or 6 each. So I kind of assure the penalty shootout. There wasn't really much chances after that. So we're going to roll on to the penalty shootout now. I think it's in the semi-finals. So, and I do actually miss the very first penalty. Good save by him. I probably should have went the other way, because my motto is always, if he's hitting it, if he's right foot, he's going to hit it right side. So that does kind of come back and bite me. You know, weird, but like, it does kind of save me there, because there's right foot and it hits the right side, so we're all equalled up. I've missed one, he's missed one, so the pressure is really on me. So Dan Mackey steps up, needs to score it, and he does. So that gives us a slight advantage. While this penalty shootout does go on, I'm just going to talk about a few things now. That I've actually reached 225 subscribers in just over a month and a half. which is unbelievable. I cannot thank you guys enough. If you have subbed or recently subbed or a long-term subscriber, I always leave an inbox. I always send a message if you subscribers just saying thank you. It's kind of my way of giving back. I'm always happy to talk to you if you want to add me in the PlayStation Network. I did actually, when I first started out, I actually gave the wrong kind of PSN. So I do apologise if I've sent you the CJ Nova 15. That used to be my PSN, but I actually got glitched out in FIFA Ultimate Team 11, and I couldn't load any games, so I got a new account created, and FIFA transferred all my players over, so that was really nice of them to do that. So my PSN, if you want to add it, I have got a few spaces left. I think I've got 80, something like that, 80 subscribers that's added me on the PlayStation Network. So I have got around, I think it's 100. Yeah, the maximum. So I've got 20 left. So if you want to add me, it's actually CJ Novo, and that's it. No numbers, nothing, no spaces, just CJNOVO. So I always get that asked in the comments. So hopefully, if you are still watching the video at this time, you'll be able to see it. But as you can see, we get loaded up into the final here. I won the first game 3-2, the second game 4-1, the other one 6-all, and I won on penalties. So we're getting rolled into the final now. Let's see what the kind of squad we're up against. So it's been a couple of what was it? A couple of MLS squads. Hopefully we're not playing the same. Got a nice Bayer Leverkusen kit. That's the kit me and Kel use when we're playing clubs, so it's quite funny seeing that. And he's got an all Bundesliga side with Connect up front. I obviously only know that because I was watching AA Skills Road to Germany on YouTube. You probably already subscribed to him. He's about 100 times bigger than I am, but he's definitely a good player. So I knew I had my work cut out for me. So I do really try and concentrate on my defensive play. And Darren Mackey does a nice little skill move there to beat the two defenders, slops it by him nice and easy, and finishes perfectly towards the right hand side to give us the advantage in the final. It's always best to come ahead and get the lead in the final. So in the 60th minute here, Ivan Spalding, and I know some people hate the kind of goals when your defender wins it, but Scott Robertson was big enough to win the header and heads it over to Sproul, and Sproul's never going to miss any of that. He's absolutely fantastic, like I said, the Northern Irishman. I normally like having all perfect links, but you can't really complain if you've got that kind of player up there. Nice little finish there with, I think it was his left foot. Yeah, it was. So it's 2-0 now in the 75th minute. And as you can see here, if you want to actually look back in that, maybe just pause the video, you can actually see he was clearly offside when I done the offside trap. So I have no idea why giving him was offside, but the defender does make a really good save. But I was really annoyed at that because if he had scored, that could have been game on. So I'm going to go on a little bit of a tear here with Ivan Spalding. Some nice little skill moves, outpowering the two defenders, tucks it inside and curls it towards the left hand side. So that's kind of all wrapped up now, at least in my mind it was. On a 3-0 advantage in the second half of a final, and normally demoralises the opponent and they've not really got anything left. And I think he was just kind of like kicking the ball a bit, it wasn't really bothering. But you only get paid for scoring 5 goals, so I always try and make sure I score 5 goals in a game, because that's like the maximum money you can get. So big Gary Glenn there, bring him on once again, and of course Gary Glenn has to score. That's his regular thing now for us. I love the little cross there, and a bull of a header right to the back post, finished perfectly. So that actually finishes 4-0. I didn't manage to get the 5th goal, but I'm not really going to complain. And in my last video where packs were involved, I was asked to show the packs that I did get. So if you stay tuned to the video in the next minute or so, you'll see the 2 packs I do get. Of course, you get 3,000 coins and 2 premium bronze packs, of course. So not really bad for the squad. Cost me like 3k, and I've already won that back. And of course, you'll see who I get. The first pack didn't really get anything great at all. You quickly see I do put this in double speed, so if you think it's lagging or everything, it isn't the connection. I've just put it in double speed. Everything, all the players like sold for 200 coins, so I was still making a nice little profit there. Nothing really good. I keep the contracts, things like that, and of course redeem the 100 coins. So a decent pack. I was kind of expecting the same in the next one, but you'll see who I get. I was really surprised at how much the next guy goes for as we get loaded up here. I'm not sure if you'll see the name because it is on double speed. Yeah, you'll see it with Westcar for, I think it's Chesterfield in the first division. So he actually goes for like 5k. So to get 5k plus the 3,000 for the coins, that was really worth it. So I really enjoyed building this. So in the next few days there will be a squad. We're on the European hybrid team, so definitely look at that. It's cost me 900k. So hopefully you enjoy that. But now the video is running towards the end, so I'll quickly wrap this up now. As always, I've been CJ Novo 992. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.